Did you know? Not every place surrounded by lush mountains and clean air guarantees an easy or happy life. Deep in the rural heart of West Virginia, scattered across the Appalachian landscape, are small towns that once thrived, but now teeter on the edge of being forgotten. Not because their people left and never returned, but because something deeper happened. And yes, beyond the beauty of the Appalachians lies a rarely told story, one of loneliness, loss, and a quiet resilience. Here are 15 of the hardest hit towns in rural West Virginia, a portrait of life that may be fading, but still deserves to be heard. Once known as the largest coal-producing region in the nation, and even the world, McDowell County was a symbol of prosperity for thousands of mining families. Its location in the heart of Appalachia made it a key player in the country's industrial growth, especially during World War II. But when the coal industry collapsed, McDowell changed overnight. Since the 1950s, its population has declined by over 70%. Streets are now quiet, homes sit empty, and schools have closed because there just aren't enough children left to fill the classrooms. Still, a community remains. Church volunteers, local teachers, and determined residents continue to spark hope, even with incredibly limited resources. McDowell isn't just a place on a map. It's a powerful reminder of how hard life can hit in Appalachia and how strong people have to be to keep going. At the center of McDowell County is Welch, a city once nicknamed the coal capital of the world. Today, however, it's more often associated with extreme poverty and a deep lack of healthcare access. Many buildings downtown are abandoned, pharmacies have shut their doors, and only one small hospital remains. Yes, just one. It's easy to imagine no one would want to stay here, but Welch still breathes. Older residents keep its memory alive through stories of its golden years, while younger generations try to hold on, starting small businesses or producing documentary content to show the world. Welch still exists, and it's not giving up. Not far from Welch is Kimball, another small town with a nearly identical fate. What's left? A church, a single restaurant called Yazoo, and one of the first World War I memorials in the country. Kimball is a town where honor meets harsh reality. Internet access is slow, jobs are few and far between, and opioid addiction looms over the younger population. Still, this is a place that refuses to collapse. Local churches and groups of stay-at-home mothers work quietly but persistently to keep the town breathing, even if it's in whispers. Deeper into the Appalachian interior are Panther and Jolo, two tiny communities classified as hollers, a local term for isolated valleys tucked between mountains. Life here is as tough as it gets. No supermarkets, hardly any healthcare, and long bus rides just to get to school. Fewer than 800 people call this area home, but what they lack in convenience, they make up for in community. Neighbors help repair each other's houses, deliver meals, and simply sit with one another through the quiet hours of the day. If Panther and Jolo still feel like towns, then Bartley Branch Road is more like the path into solitude itself. It's not a formal town, but rather a narrow holler that reflects the most rural, most extreme version of Appalachia. Power outages can last for days, roads go unrepaired, houses are built out of whatever's available. And yet, there's something hauntingly beautiful about the land here. Crisp streams in the distance, whispering forests, and a silence so deep it becomes a kind of companion. If there's one town that can truly be called a ghost town, yet still officially exists, it's Thurmond. Today, nearly 80% of the area is owned by the National Park Service as part of New River Gorge National Park, and the entire town is listed as a historic district. But don't be shocked. Only 5 people are officially registered as permanent residents. Once a bustling coal transport hub along the New River Gorge, Thurmond still has remnants of its rail lines. Today, it's more likely to be visited by curious tourists than coal trains. The town's eerie charm has even made it a backdrop for several films. Beyond the tracks, aging buildings still stand as silent monuments to its past glory. Thurmond is both a place and a reminder that a town can rise and fall within the span of a few decades. A bit farther out lies Canebrake and the surrounding Panther wildlife area. Though it's not a big town, this area paints a stunning and sobering portrait of rural life. Picture this: dense forests, clear rivers, and rolling green hills serve as the backdrop to a life of deep struggle. Homes are scattered, roads are narrow, and full of potholes. Yet, because the landscape is so untouched, many outsiders come here to hunt or simply disconnect from the modern world. In this striking contrast, you witness how nature and poverty can quietly coexist side by side. Next up is a town that might stretch the topic slightly, but it's worth mentioning. Although technically located in Virginia, Grundy lies right on the border and is deeply tied to the social and historical fabric of rural West Virginia. With a population of just over 800, Grundy has been repeatedly devastated by major floods, wiping out shopping centers, homes, and basic infrastructure. Today, much of its downtown sits vacant, and the social energy feels frozen in time. Yet, interestingly, Grundy is also home to a small law school that continues to operate, a symbol that, despite facing disaster after disaster, the town hasn't given up entirely. Moving over to Preston County, we find Rowlesburg, a town that once played a key role in the railroad network. Like Thurmond, it thrived as a rail hub, but when the main lines were rerouted, everything changed. Now, Rowlesburg is a quiet town where life moves slowly. Most of the residents are elderly, shops close early, and there's no real economic engine to drive the town forward. Still, every spring, Rowlesburg holds a small festival that tries to rekindle the spirit of its past. Here, nostalgia isn't just a feeling, it's what keeps the town going. Not far from Rowlesburg lies Tunnelton, a town that perfectly embodies the image of a place caught in time. Founded in 1897, Tunnelton got its name from its location near the eastern end of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Tunnel, which at the time was the longest in the system. Its main road is narrow, there's only one small grocery store, and most of the younger generation has moved away. While the economy is barely holding on, there's another kind of strength here, one built on neighborly bonds. People know each other, greet each other, and step in when someone needs help. Still within Preston County, Newburg is a quiet little town nestled among hills and forests, sitting right along the old Baltimore and Ohio Railroad line. Founded in 1868, the road access to Newburg is limited, and basic services like internet and medical care often fall short of expectations. With just over 200 residents, Newburg has settled into a slower, quieter rhythm, placing its focus on community events and local attractions like the Arthurdale Heritage Museum and Cool Springs Park. It's not a town of rapid growth, but one where local pride still anchors daily life. Down in the southernmost tip of West Virginia lies the small town of War, a place once fueled by the heartbeat of the coal industry. If you look at the map, its shape is oddly similar to that of a cat. But today, War feels more like an echo from the past. Its streets are quiet, weathered wooden houses lean with peeling paint, and old shops are shuttered, their signs fading in the sun. The population continues to dwindle, and jobs are nearly non-existent. Still, a few residents remain, growing food on small plots, living simply, and holding on to their memories. The town may be named War, but the real battle here is against long, aching silence. Unlike many others on this list, Grafton, located in Taylor County, is relatively larger, with a population nearing 4,500 in 2025. It holds historical importance as the birthplace of Mother's Day and is home to the International Mother's Day Shrine. In the past, Grafton was a key railroad town, but despite its size, economic decline has taken root. Main streets are quieter now, and many shops have closed their doors. Still, Grafton continues to serve as a hub for nearby rural communities. It holds on to its legacy with annual celebrations, particularly Mother's Day festivities, which draw locals and tourists alike. Notable sites include the Grafton National Cemetery, Tygart Lake State Park, and the historic B&O Railroad Station. Next, we move deeper into Preston County to find Masontown, a tiny community where creativity continues to shine through economic uncertainty. Home to fewer than 600 people, Masontown is small in size and modest in resources. But it doesn't give up easily. Every November, the town hosts Christmas at the Barn, a local craft and art market held inside a historic 10-sided barn. This event draws thousands of visitors and injects a surge of hope and energy into the town. It's a reminder that even in the quietest corners, tradition and creativity can keep a town's spirit alive. Our final stop brings us to Tazewell, a town near the Virginia border, but spiritually and socially tied to the same rural soul of West Virginia. Surrounded by picturesque green hills, Tazewell has long held potential as a tourism spot. But growth never fully materialized. Factories failed to launch, investors stayed away, and the local population turned to small services and family farming to survive. From a distance, Tazewell looks like a painting, beautiful and serene, but up close, it tells a bittersweet story of missed chances and quiet perseverance. In the end, hidden behind maple trees and silent valleys, these towns tell stories of lost jobs, scattered families, and communities that still, against all odds, keep trying. They may never make the list of top travel destinations, but their voices matter. Because here lies another face of America, raw, quiet, and enduring.